Good afternoon, Badass Artists. I'm Mia Luyando. Today I am working on a project. I am swatching some new pencils I got. These were gifted to me. These are Derwent Inktense. I got a 72 set. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am very excited about this set of pencils. I was working on swatching them and I ran into a couple of bumps and I thought, wait a second, why don't I just record this so that you guys can see this too, instead of me trying to explain it to you later in another video. Why don't I just record the process of me swatching it now? So what I was learning here, let me wet my paintbrush. I was realizing that the difference between these, like the Neo colors, you can take the paint and kind of go with it. It'll spread pretty far with not a whole lot of water. What I'm learning with the Inktense is it turns to paint. You don't need a whole lot of water, but you're not going to be able to pull that pigment too much further than where you have colored. So if you wanted the whole block, like see, I only colored half the block. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit. I only colored half the block, thinking that I would be able to, pull that paint on over like I do with Neo colors, and that's not the case. I'm running out of paint before I get to the other side. So that's a good thing to know. That's definitely, I'm glad that I learned that in the swatch instead of in the middle of a coloring. And that's another reason why swatching is so important. You really get to know your products before you, set out. You get to learn if they're extra pigmented or if they're kind of translucent, if they're super juicy or if they're kind of dry. You learn your product. Are they really oily? Are they sort of waxy? You learn a lot of things when you're swatching your products that, it's good to learn, it's good to know before you jump into one of your projects. So see, you can definitely see where I stopped coloring with it and where I've just kind of taken the water farther, trying to pull more pigment from it. It's not a super smooth transition. So I know when I'm coloring in my coloring books with these Inktense pencils, I need to cover, if I want that area to be covered in paint, then I have to cover the entire area with pencil as well. I think that's what I am trying to convey. But in the meantime, since you guys are with me, I'm going to just go ahead and swatch these gorgeous pencils. They are so pretty, so vibrant. Now this one kind of spread a little more easily. So it might be just kind of depends on the color and how soft the pigment is. That often happens too with this sort of product. It kind of has to do with, sometimes it's different from color to color, how soft the pigment is in the pencil. So, that's another thing. Sometimes it's different from color to color. But since you guys are with me, just pull up a chair, get comfortable, grab a snack, grab a coffee, join me while I swatch these pretty Inktense pencils. Yeah, they definitely don't kind of spread the way Neo colors do. They are much more centralized. Where you put them is kind of where they stay. And that's good to know, especially when you're doing detail work. So let's scoot over to the other end. And I'll just let you join me as I continue to swatch these gorgeous organic colors from Derwent. This one's very vibrant, very bright, like a fire engine red. They're very natural colors. They're very believable colors and things that are useful, you know, especially with like Valentine's Day coming up and with the Christmas holidays just passing. It's always good to have, you know, like a true red. And sometimes it's hard to get that. You know, sometimes it's hard to find that in a pencil collection, which sounds crazy to say, but you'll have, you know, a really orangey red, or it's kind of a bluish red, and it's not just true red, stop sign red, or, you know, lipstick red, as I like to say. And this set definitely has some really, really pretty reds. They're very natural, very believable. Useful. They're useful colors. Oh wow, that one's very pretty too. And I'm not a big fan of red. I don't use it a lot. But when I see a pretty shade of it, wow. Definitely good for precision work, or if you're doing like mandalas and you just want to try something different. It's kind of a mulberry color. Wow, it's really pretty too. And some of these colors they kind of surprise me. They're a lot more vibrant once you add the water than they looked on the page, just in the pencil form. Like this one, this is a lot more vibrant in paint form. Once that paint is activated, sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get. And these are beautiful. Oh wow. For those of you that like fuchsia, magenta, this is a beautiful color. Those two are pretty close, actually. That one's got a little more blue, a little more purple in it, but they're actually pretty similar. There's some similar reds, too. They're all different, but they're close. Oh wow, kind of a grape color or eggplant maybe. Very vibrant purple. I was just having a conversation earlier today about the lack of good purples in most sets of pencils. And this one has some really pretty purples. Let me zoom in a bit more. These purples are very vibrant. And the brush is very easily cleaned. I mean, it doesn't hold a lot of paint. My water, I've cleaned all of, after every application, and my water is still fairly clean. I don't feel like I need to change the water yet. I don't feel like it's going to compromise any of the colors yet. Well, this definitely has a lot of purples, and they're all beautiful. I might have spoken too soon this morning. These blues are very vibrant too. It's kind of royal blue, cobalt blue. Let's just check in my paper behind the paper, making sure it was still in place. Kind of a denim blue or indigo. Wow, that's a beautiful blue as well. Kind of a navy. Ultramarine. I don't have the pencils out beside me, or I'd read the names of them. Let me see. That would have been a good idea. So this one is called Sherbet sherbet lemon, sun yellow, cadmium yellow, Sicilian yellow, golden yellow, sienna gold, cadmium orange, burnt orange, tangerine, mid vermilion, scarlet pink, poppy red, hot red, chili red, cherry, carmine pink, crimson, Shiraz, red violet, fuchsia, deep rose, thistle, dusky purple, mauve, dark purple, deep violet, laguna, peacock blue, navy blue, iron blue. That's the color, iron blue. That's the one I wanted. That's beautiful. Deep blue, iris blue, bright blue, deep indigo, and sea blue. That's where we are. And then I'd have to switch my tray. But those color names are even really interesting. I wanted to find the name of that dark blue. Iron blue. I like that. I really do like that. That's a very vibrant blue. This is a pretty blue as well. I think it was storm blue or something like that. Oh, another pretty one. The blues and the purples in this set are just incredible. And I haven't even made it to the greens yet. This was a great idea. I'm glad I decided to turn on the camera and bring you guys along. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, it definitely needs to be, whatever area you're trying to paint needs to be completely filled with the pencil. And that's okay, we can do that. Thank you guys for staying with me. If you're still with me, I really appreciate it. Now we're going to get into these really organic greens. All of these woodsy colors. If you're painting or working on landscapes, this is an incredible set to have. think we're going to have as many incredible greens as we've had of every other color so far. They're so natural. They're just very believable colors. Oh, that's kind of an army green, sort of a mossy green. I thought I was going to be doing a swatch video of some new skin toned markers. They were supposed to be here today, but Amazon, well, first Amazon sent me a message saying they were out for delivery. I was so excited. Then they sent me another letter saying that they had lost the package. And I was like, I thought they were out for delivery. How can you lose the package? So, that they had lost the package and that they were shipping another package and it would be here by the 25th of January. So I was so disappointed. I thought I would be using those today, but foiled. My plan was foiled. So instead, we're swatching Derwent Inktense. That's okay. We'll take it. They're pretty. It's definitely entertaining. And I was able to make a couple of other videos for you today. And that's always exciting. But definitely give me a thumbs up if you find the videos helpful. That way I know I'm making the right sorts of videos, that they are helpful. It helps me know. And always you can leave me a comment. I really appreciate you guys who are so consistent with your comments and your thumbs up. I really, really appreciate it more than you guys know. Thank you so much for letting me know what you'd like to see, you know, certain brands of pencils or certain techniques. And that helps me focus on what I need to, you know, what I need to film next. Because I'm always working on some sort of art project. If I know what you guys are, you know, feeling daunted about, you know, if there's some product sitting on the shelf and you're like, oh, I really want to try it, but I'm really not sure. Chances are I've got it here too, and I can pull it off the shelf, work on a project with it, show you how it works so you don't feel quite so intimidated by it. I'm going to be working on something anyway. It might as well be helpful for you. But I do want to say thank you to those of you who are so consistent with your comments and requests. I really appreciate that. Your kindness means a lot to me. It makes this worth doing. If you are still with me, that is love, that is dedication. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out and watching me swatch. If you'd like to see more swatching videos, let me know. I'm still working on my Patreon page. That way I would have a lot more videos of just me working on daily stuff. And I know a lot of you say that you enjoy just watching me work. And that way you could work, you know, you could watch me work on things that weren't just tutorials, that were just things I'm working on. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, let me know. because I'm always working on something. If you guys want to watch what I'm working on, I'm happy to oblige. I'll be working on a new badass art book starting next week. But it's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Ooh, I like this one. That's a gorgeous color. I like that. And now we're into these yummy browns. If you're working on a woodland picture, this is a dreamy set. Oh wow. I am speechless at how pretty these colors are. And when I was putting the color blocks down, I knew they were beautiful. I mean, I could see that they were pretty, but I just had no idea that they were going to turn into these sorts of colors. Yeah, you definitely, to get the beauty of these colors, you definitely need to add water. Wow. I will have to find a picture. If you guys are thinking of a picture in one of the books that you'd like me to use these on, let me know. We definitely have to do a project with these. Now, I think these are different color grays, if I'm not mistaken, different blacks and grays. Yeah, I think so. So as we wind down, as I said, if this video was helpful, I do hope you'll consider giving me a thumbs up. It is so helpful for the channel. It helps other people who are looking for videos like these to learn tips and tricks to become a badass artist too. I'm going to put a link in the description below to my badass art group over on Facebook. Come and join me, share your badass artwork with me. I love to see what you guys have been working on. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I sure hope you'll do so. Come join me again. You never know what we're going to get into. And these are all different blacks. Kind of interesting, huh? They're all black, but they're all different. And I also put white over here, and I doubt we'll be able to see it, but I'm going to go ahead and activate it. I can't really see it, but I'm sure it's there. All of these colors were pretty vibrant, and I'm sure that the white works just as well as the rest of them. Let me zoom back out so that you can get a good look at all of them. That's what the Derwent Inktense line looks like after it has been activated with water. They are all beautiful. There's not a single color that I don't love. So if there is a book, Botany Bay, the Hollowlands, Turtle Bay, any of the books really that you'd like to see me work this Derwent Inktense line, if you'd like to see me work in that book, just give me a shout in the comments below. Let me know what you'd like to see me work in, and we will get started on a coloring adventure with these Derwent Inktense pencils. Okay, everybody, I will see you next time.